back to my channel. My name is Courtney. Welcome back if you are familiar here, and if not, welcome. And welcome back to the Revive and Renew, I can't even speak. Revive and Renew for 2022 Yoga and Meditation Challenge. So I'm back with a yoga sequence tonight, and we're going to be focusing on hips. So this is going to feel really nice, especially later on in the day. Once your body's had a chance to get moving, hips can feel particularly tight in the morning, which is completely normal. So deep hip work or any hip work is nice to do a little bit later in the day once your body's had a chance to get moving. So I recommend this practice for any time of day, but it will be particularly nice to do after work, especially if you sit at a desk or maybe you stand a lot in your job. If you're maybe doing too much of one movement, this will hopefully balance everything out for you. So yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start in a reclined position. So come to lie on your back and hug the knees into the chest. Let's just take a couple of circles here. Maybe rocking the knees from side to side as you press your lower back into the mat. Then drop the soles of your feet to the floor now, and then walk them out to the long edges of your mat so that the knees kind of knock together. And then you're going to roll your knees from one side of the mat to the other in your windshield wipers. So just starting to invite in some movement and some mobility to your hips. Maybe bringing in a little bit of breath work here as well. Inhaling one direction, exhaling the other direction. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we're going to hug the knees back in towards our chest. You're going to cross the right ankle over your left thigh and point the toes up. So we're coming into reclined figure 4 pose. Thread your hand through the gap and then grab the back of your left thigh. Point your right toes up and draw that left thigh towards you any amount. So there's no need to take any deep movement here. This is very much just inviting the hips to wake up, just inviting in that gentle stretch here. If you need a bit more, grab the left shin and just gently draw that knee closer to your chest, keeping the right toes active to protect your knee. Well done. And then gently release the right leg. Let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Thread your hand through the gap. Grab the back of the right hamstring here and then draw the knee in any amount. So taking a moment just to tune into the sensations going on in your body in this pose, in this moment. Just noticing the subtle differences between both hips. Just noticing any tension or any stickiness around the hips or the glutes in this pose. Tend to store a lot of tension and emotion in the hip area. And this is often because the body's response to trauma, stress, intensity is to curl up into itself, into that fetal position, which in turn encourages our hips to contract. So it's encouraging the hips to shorten rather than lengthen. So a really nice hip opening practice can be deeply releasing emotionally as well as physically. Well done. Releasing that left leg now. Let's take ourselves all the way up to seated. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together in our Badakanasana Pose. So bring the heels any distance from your pelvis. And we're going to clasp the hands, grab the big toes. Roll the shoulders back. Let's take a nice long spine here. And just feel into this. Feeling into the sensations going on around the hips, the groin, the inner thigh. And if it feels nice, maybe inhaling to lift the knees up, exhaling down, just inviting in a little bit of activation here. Inhale up, exhale down. So as important as it is for us to stretch out these muscles, we definitely want to build and maintain strength in our muscles. As we know, too much of a good thing is never a good thing. So just inviting in a little bit of heat in this area and a little bit of activation. Well done. And then from here, just taking a gentle forward fold any amount. So let's keep the spine long here. Gazing neutral, rolling the shoulders back, letting the shoulder blades melt down your back. Folding in any amount, so pointing your tailbone back and pushing your pelvis forward. Well done. And then when you're ready, gently walking your hands all the way up. And then let's take a little side body stretch here. So inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop your right hand to the floor and tip your torso to the right. Keep your chest open here. So trying to keep bicep in line with ear. Breathe into the left side. And then inhale, both arms up. Exhale, drop your left hand down and tilt your torso over to the left. So again, keeping that lovely openness in the chest, rolling the right shoulder back, gazing up or down. Excellent. And then inhaling to come all the way up and let the hands come back down. So let's cross our legs and flip ourselves over into tabletop. And let's just run through some cat and cows just to invite in some movement into the spine. It can always be nice to run through some cat and cows at the end of our day. So inhaling, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back. Exhale to round the spine, push the mat away. Inhale, belly drops, gazing up to eyebrows. Exhale, round, push the mat away. Inhale, round, or arch this time even. Exhale, round. Well done. And then coming back to your neutral tabletop, let's take some lovely big juicy hip circles. So lifting up the right knee, just drawing circles as big as feels good for you. So there's no rules here. And just visualizing the hip ball in the socket, getting this lovely range of movement here. Well done. Let's take those circles in the opposite direction. Lovely. Dropping that right knee down. Let's take our lovely hip circles on the other side. Picking up the left knee, draw your circles any size. Feeling into this lovely juicy hip movement. Well done. Take your circles in the opposite direction. Lovely. Now let's find our way into a downward facing dog. So spread the fingers, tuck the toes, send the sit bones all the way up. Keep a bend in your knees here if needed, prioritizing length in your spine. Taking a deep breath. If it feels good, maybe you want to walk out the heels one by one, finding some extra space for the back of the legs. Well done. Then on an inhale, let's pick up the right leg, ripple forward and set it up to the back of the right wrist. Drop your left knee down for your low lunge pose. So from here, coming all the way up, clasp the hands and set them behind your right knee. If your left knee feels uncomfortable here, tuck the back toes or grab a little blanket to pop under the left knee. Using your core strength to keep you stable, just gently start to pulse in to the right knee. And just taking this any range of movement that feels good for you. There's no right or wrong place to be. Just inviting that left hamstring to open up and release just a little bit more. Keeping an eye on your breath, let's stay connected. Maybe inhaling one direction and exhaling the other. Well done, just a few more like this. Being super kind to your hips. Well done. And from here, let's inhale the arms up overhead. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and then tilt over to the left. Let's take a little side body opening here on the right. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale both arms up and then grab the left wrist and tilt over towards the right. Deep breath here. Excellent. Inhale to come up and exhale, hands frame at the front foot. This time, let's just sweep that right leg straight back to downward dog. Alexa, stop. And then when you're ready, inhaling, picking up the left foot, ripple forward, step that foot up to the back of the left wrist and drop the right knee down. So again, same options apply. Tuck the back toes under, check that that front knee is in line with the ankle to begin with, and then gently pulsing in and out. Relaxing the upper body here, keeping connected with your breath. And again, just noticing those subtle differences between each hip. It's usually the case for us all. And it's nice to just embrace these differences between both sides. Well done, just a few more here. Lovely. Now, when you're ready, inhale both arms up overhead, grab the left wrist, open up the side body, breathe in here. Inhale up, grab the right wrist, open up towards the left, breathe into the right side body. Well done, gently release, drop both hands to frame the front foot. Let's step ourselves back to a downward facing dog. Lovely. And taking a few deep breaths here. Now let's pick up the right knee once again, bend it and open up the hip. Opening up the hip any amount here, any amount that feels good for you. And then let's take some nice big juicy hip circles in our downward dog. Any direction. And then changing opposite direction. Well done. Now from here, ripple forward and set the right knee behind the right wrist for your pigeon pose. If pigeon doesn't feel good for you, then come onto the sit bones, press your feet flat into the mat and come into your figure four once again, and you'll still get the same benefit here in this pose. If you're quite happy in pigeon, let's find our way there now. So thinking about keeping a little bit of activation in the right toes to protect the right knee. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Keeping this chest lifted, shoulder blades rippling back down your spine. Well done. And then rolling onto the right glute, sweep the left leg forward. We're going to set up in our head to knee pose. So taking the sole of the right foot into the inner thigh, point the toes up of the left foot. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, turn to face the left leg and fold forward any amount. So let's keep the palms facing up for now. Use your core strength to draw your belly closer to your left leg. And deepen the breath into the right side of your torso. Gaze is on the left big toe. Well done. When you're ready, gently walking your hands all the way back up. And then with your right hand, let's drop it to the back of the mat. And then press your left foot into the mat. Lift your pelvis up any amount. Let's take a lovely big chest opening here. And as you push the pelvis up, 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 maybe you feel a slightly deeper stretch across the hip flexors as well. Well done. Exhale to release. Now from here, let's cross both legs, rolling forward, finding downward facing dog. Well done. Take a deep breath here. Take a moment just to observe the subtle or maybe more obvious differences between both sides of the body. When you're ready, picking up the left foot, taking those big juicy hip circles on the left side this time. Well done. And then taking your circles in the opposite direction. Lovely. Now, on your next inhale, ripple forward, set the left knee behind the left wrist, left toes up towards the right wrist, and walk the right knee back for your pigeon pose on the left side. So again, if pigeon isn't working for you today, take the seated figure 4 pose. That's absolutely fine. So coming onto the sit bones, feet flat on the mat, and cross the left ankle over the right thigh this time. So with the chest lifted, shoulder blades melting back and down, let's take a few deep breaths here. And with every exhale, allow yourself to let go of any tension around the eyes, in the jaw, around the belly, any mental tension that's lingering that you do not need. Allow yourself to let it go with every exhale. Well done. When you're ready, rolling onto the left glute this time, swing the right leg forward, setting up for our head to knee pose on this side. So bringing the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh, point the right toes up, ground down through the sitting bones. Inhale, arms reach up. Turn to face the right leg and exhale, fold forward. Let the palms face up. Use your core strength to draw your chest closer to your knee and take the gaze to the right big toe. Well done. Keeping a little bit of activity going on in our forward bend. Well done. On your next inhale, windmilling the left arm over, press it into the back of the mat, and then lift up the pelvis. Press into the mat with the right foot. Pelvis pushing up nice and high, finding that lovely stretch down the hip flexors once again. Exhale, drop the sitting bones down, well done. And then with the legs extended, come on to your back now and hug the knees in. Take any movement you need here, so maybe taking circles with the knees, maybe rocking knees from side to side, finding a little massage for your lower back. And then for our final pose tonight, let's find our happy baby. So bringing the big toes together, take your arms to the inside of your knees and hold on to the ankles. So you're either going to stay here, if this is enough for you today, or you're going to take the outside edges of your feet. And if this is still not enough for you today, then you can extend your feet so that the soles are parallel to the ceiling, pushing your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Keep a bend in your arms, relax your upper body. And if it feels good, you're welcome to maybe rock your baby, rocking feet from side to side. Well done. And then when you're ready, let's bring the big toes back together, hug knees into chest. And then let's take our final resting pose, and I'm going to offer you a modified Shavasana today. You're welcome to take your Supta Badakanasana. So take your legs to be completely extended in Shavasana if that's where you would like to be today, or you can take the soles of the feet together like we did at the beginning of the class, and maybe take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And just let everything settle in. Exhaling any lingering tension here. Well done. When you're ready, bringing the knees back together, hugging them into the chest. And then from here, let's all make our way back to a comfortable seated position. Well done. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Close down your eyes just for a moment and take this opportunity to find gratitude for yourself. Find gratitude for yourself for coming onto your mat today, for identifying a need in your body, and for taking the time out to give your mind and body what it needs. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in for day 6 of the Revive and Renew for 2022 challenge. I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to my channel, hit the like button or the thumbs up button, and hit the bell for notifications for new videos that are coming out. I'll be posting every day for the month of January for our challenge, and I will be back with you on Friday for another yoga class. Saturday will be yoga, and then we're back with meditation on Sunday. So take care, everyone. Thanks for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.